What's going on, everybody? Everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Bird's Eye View. Yours truly, Will I Am in the building. And we got Mika J. What's going on with you?
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's a Friday night. It's snowy. We
Right.
chilling.
Tired
Right,
of it.
that's right.
Tired of it. What's up, Bump City? What's going on with you?
What's good, people? What's going on, man? Ready for these games tonight? With this game tonight.
Yeah.
Other
It's
than that,
all good.
chilling, like Mika said, chilling in the snow, just sitting back, relaxing.
I'm tired of it, y'all. I'm really tired of it, man. I mean, it's all
Hey,
it's
It's
all
only been a
nice and
week.
dandy. It's all nice and dandy
yeah,
and stuff. But then when you get that
right,
ice on it, and you gotta
yeah,
shovel your
yeah,
shit up out of there. I
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
down with that. I ain't down with
Hey,
that.
yeah.
I'm not shoveling nothing. God'll handle it.
Well, God can.
I, I'm the hey, I got hey. That
God
Toyota
can.
Highlander, he'll get me through.
Right,
I
Oh,
ain't
right.
shoveling
I
nothing.
cannot. Hey, the ice is what did it. If it's just snow, it's
Yeah,
not a big
Yeah,
deal. That
right.
ice was like
yeah,
that thick.
Yeah,
yeah.
man. It was snow, then it was ice. No, I ain't dealing without that. But like
And
right
then
now,
more
it's snow.
snow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right now it's
Right.
just snow, so we kind of good with that. Thank goodness. All right.
yeah.
All right, so let's hit the ground running. Let's go ahead and start with the University of Louisville women basketball. They basically had a good week, you know what I'm saying? They beat Wake Forest and they won last night. They came back after shooting all kinds of bricks, wasn't looking good. Ended up
Yeah.
Yeah.
defeating Pitt 65 to 56, which was great. I don't know, man. It's just like he's trying. He's mixing and matching, doing what he got to do as far as the lineup. He's got some seasoned veterans in there. He's got the star basketball guard Roberts who balling out. But I don't know, man.
She's
I'm
tough.
still I'm still seeing that it's not no cohesiveness, and I know that is freshmen, but I'm looking at the veterans. Freshmen's gonna do freshman things. But I'm
Right.
looking at the veterans still doing veteran things that you should not be doing in walls because everybody has at least Kerry had 2 years, Olivia Cochran and Russell 5 years, Harris 3 years. So come on, man. I don't know. I can't put my hand on it. I'm hoping that they switch would turn on, but when we look at Notre Dame is coming up, I mean, later on in the season, you got North Carolina, you got all these different tough teams. It's gonna be a problem. I don't know, man. I'm just hoping that they make the tournament. I don't know, Bump City. Did you get to check any of the games out with Louisville women?
Yeah, yeah, I did, man. I kind of caught a lot of it last night. And what I noticed, man, is when you get a whole bunch of freshmen, it's they're so used to being stars on their teams
Mm-hmm.
in the high school that they don't really buy into the defensive philosophies that Walsh wants to teach.
Mm,
Great offensive players,
Right.
but defense is lacking right now. And we know that's been a staple of Louisville's women's team for years. And hopefully by
right.
next year, they're a great team. He got some nice freshmen.
Right.
He got some nice freshmen, but I don't think they, like you said, I don't think they mesh well with the veterans that's there right now because they've been taught a certain way and they're coming into college the freshman year expecting to make a major contribute majorly. So I don't think that it's gonna, what I'm saying, maybe be a team. I'm looking maybe if you make the tournament, you're doing good this year, but
Yes.
second round at the most, I would say I would be happy with because they're learning and you know what I'm saying, they're still young.
Right. Mika J, what's your thoughts on it,
Right.
man? What are you thinking, Mika?
I didn't see the game yesterday, but I, kind of checked out the stats or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like they got started kind of late before they was even able to go on that run.
Yeah,
Um,
third quarter,
16 to
late
4
third
run
quarter.
in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
I just think that they have to come out with intensity. Like you got to come out ready to play because they play Georgia Tech next, and Georgia
Ooh.
Tech's number 12 in the country, and
Hmm.
they
Mm.
are not going to be able to come out and not ready to play. If so, they're going to take another beat down like they did against NC State. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
Right, right.
hopefully they come out ready to play.
Yeah, and you got to think about it. If you got 9 new players, including the transfer from Miami. You know what I'm saying? And she's a ball hawk. She not a ball hawk. She's a hawk. She can play defense. But what is that practice looking like when you're like a days ago on
Right.
that defensive end? He's probably pulling out his hair. But this is what happens when you take this many new players. I mean, that's the way it
Yeah,
goes.
freshmen. True freshmen.
True
Right.
freshman. And bump,
Yeah, true freshman.
last year they had they went to the tournament, lost in the first round.
Transfer portal.
I'm saying that I really hope that they make it to the tournament. That's what's going to be kind
Right.
of sketchy. They're going to have a hell of a ACC tournament run. They can't be one and
Right.
Yeah.
done. They got to at least win 2 games in the ACC tournament. I mean, on the outside looking in, because as they sitting right
Right.
now, let me see. Let me see now real quick. As they sitting right now, we're talking about the ladies are actually they're
They're
11 and
actually
5
number 2
and
in the
4.
ACC.
Yeah, but they haven't played anybody yet,
Yeah.
except for NC State.
Okay.
And that's the
Right.
scary thing. You know what I'm saying? Because the back end, you got Notre Dame
Right.
twice. That kind of stuff like
Yeah.
that. And you said it, Georgia Tech is no joke. You got Syracuse, Virginia Tech is, they lost their coach. They haven't recovered Virginia, SMU. But when you get into February, that's when it gets real. You got Notre Dame, you got California, who's
Mhm.
ranked. You got Stanford, who's a traditional power, who's kind of struggling this year without their coach. You got to go at Florida State. Then you got to go at Duke. You got North Carolina. You're talking about ranked teams. Clemson again. Then you end up with Notre Dame. So it's like you got to get the wins. It's about gobbling them up
Right.
Yeah.
and getting that seed. At least getting at least a top 8 seed. You don't want to be that bottom, that kind of stuff like
Right.
that. So I don't know. Hopefully, my fingers is crossed. Things will click in jail, kind of how like we said about the transfer portal with the men's football. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know.
Right.
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 I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's move on to some basketball. Something that kind of shocked the airwaves of the Louisville fans because we got PTSD from Virginia whooping our ass and not beating them.
Right.
The first
Right.
victory in the state of Virginia, well, not the state of Virginia, but in Virginia since what was that bump? Was it 30 years? Something like that? Or what
19,
was it?
1990. 1990.
Yeah.
I believe it was
Wow.
1990. Yeah. Crum was still coaching. Crum was still
Lord,
coaching.
Lord Jesus, he was on his
Yeah.
way. He was on his way out by then, basically. But to
Right.
get that win against them and to do it in a domination faction, especially at the end, man, was marvelous. Mika, what's your thoughts on the game?
Uh, I'm gonna tell you something. I love, 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 love. I can say this every week. I love this team. They are
Uh huh.
gritty. They go out there. And what we learn now is that everybody knows they roll and they're okay. Like there's no selfish person on that team. Everybody wants whoever's night it is to win. So I thought the fact that they went into Virginia is something that we've not done and played very good basketball shows. I don't know, guys. I got a sneaky feeling that this team is going to shock a lot of people.
They already have. They already have.
They shocked me
Yes.
on that Saturday.
Right.
Virginia, yeah, you right. Bump City, what's your thoughts, man?
Hey man, you talking what? 3 coaches from Patino to what's the one at Patino?
Mac to
Yeah,
David
Mac to
Paget
and a
Kenny
lot of
to
Payne,
lot of
David Paget to four. That's four.
uh,
You
uh,
got four
Boy,
coaches
but
that
what was
haven't
the
been able to
one
do.
black dude's
the
name?
black guy who was
What's the
the
black
assistant.
guy's name?
They Bagese, I think it was Bagese, whatever.
McGeese.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
McGeese. So let's go 5 coaches. You got 5 coaches that hasn't been able to do what my PK's done in the first year. We could be up
yeah.
5 on Virginia and with 3 seconds left and lose to Virginia some
And
kind of
lose
way.
it.
So right. Just Virginia's had our number for years, and to go in there and
Yeah,
dominate in his first year, just to take this team in there and not be scared and not worry about what's happened over the last 30 years and go in there and beat them down like we did. That's saying a lot, man.
yeah,
Very
That's
impressive.
saying a lot. So it gives you something not only to be proud of, it gives you something to look forward to in years to come to show that you got a true coach on the bench over there now
Yeah,
that's getting the
that
right
part.
players
We
to
got a
go in
coach.
here. Right, that's getting the right players to come in here, man, and do
Yeah,
what's necessary to take out some of these teams that's had our numbers Shit, that's what 30 years.
Yeah.
30 years since we went in there and beat them.
What's impressive to me that whenever we come out of timeouts, we know we got to play. We got to play that we're gonna run.
Yes.
He makes adjustments. He sees things on the flies. You know what I'm saying? And he can make an adjustment to
Yes.
that. When they in trouble, he calls
Yeah.
timeout. They coming back with a 3 or and one, whatever. You know that play is gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And they're not stuck. The ball don't get stuck. They know they running plays. You can actually see it. It's like, okay, that's good. Damn, he's
Yeah.
good. He makes adjustment, and that's what we've been wanting. We've been wanting that, big time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so refreshing to know that you have a coach that can coach.
Right.
A lot of people
And
got
he's very,
coaches
like
that
I
can't
told you, he's
coach.
crummish. Right. Crumb was like that. Come out of a time. Crumb was known for that. He would call a timeout and come out from a timeout and get an easy bucket or a back door or a backdoor lob or something. So that's what I tell people. He's crummish. I'm not saying he's crummish on coming out of those timeouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
love
definitely,
seeing
he
that. I love
definitely,
seeing that.
and it's great, man. And the guys, you can see they love each other, man. They on the bench, they celebrating, they doing whatever they got to do. Abubakar Atware did his thing, had 15 points. His coming out party, adding to the mix, which is so much helpful and needed because I know that we was like, can we do it with 7? Can we do it with this? Man, I'm telling you,
Right.
very,
Right.
very
Right.
impressive, man. And they get it. Nobody's mad because I was starting at the beginning of the season. I broke my arm, stuck. No, let's get in there, get your
Right.
15, 20 minutes and do your part, do your job. These are, and I say this,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I said this earlier, early in the week on these other shows. I said Louisville has grown men, and this is not no dig, meaning that they know what they need to do. They hold each other accountable. You do your job, I'll do my
Yes.
job. We are not getting rattled.
Right.
We'll do what we got to do, and we'll survive this. And they're a unit. They together.
Right.
Everybody holds each other accountable, and they do their job. That's all, and that's when you
Yes.
and that's really what you see in a lot of the changes. The one and done. How many you don't even hear about that except for one dude. That's at
Right.
Right.
Duke. Now it's like you better get that
Right.
transfer portal, get them dudes who can play, and let's move on from it. Very impressive
Right.
win. Very impressive win. Then they followed
Yeah.
up. They follow up with Clemson. Everybody knows Clemson try to play tough ball, all this kind of stuff. Louisville out tough Clemson on Hadley's Day. Who knew that it was Hadley's Day? Who knew? I didn't know it was Hadley's Day. I mean, goodness gracious, we got to go down with that.
Haley knew it was his day.
Yes, he did, and everybody else on
He
that
did.
team did too. They rocked and rolled with that, and very, very
Yep.
good with that one. Let me start with you, Bump. What's your thoughts on the Clemson win, the big Clemson win for Louisville?
I am ecstatic about it. First, number one, the crowd on a snowy night that came out was wonderful. To see the crowd come out like that
Right.
on a snowy night in the city where the streets aren't, the streets are terrible, and people came out to see that. Two, I love the fact
Yeah.
that Hadley came out and balled it, somebody we didn't expect. So the thing I love about this Louisville team is it could be anybody on any given night. You can't focus
Anybody.
on one player because you never
Yep.
know where it's coming from.
True, true.
So for a guy
Right.
like that to come out and have a coming out party when the other guys wasn't shooting as well, that says a lot about this team. It shows that everybody on this team is capable
Right.
at some point of making a major contribution. So I'm happy for the win, man, and I'm ecstatic about where this team is going at.
Real quick before I go to Mika, the leading scores, and I know that PK said that, was 4 for 28. The 3 leading scores for Louisville
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
4 for 28. If you told us, if we threw that number out at the beginning and say, hey, they're gonna shoot
You
this.
wouldn't think that you would have beat them by 20.
Nah. Get beat
Right.
by 20 like a mug, big time.
Right.
Mika,
And,
what
and did
go
something
ahead.
else
Right.
real quick before you
Go
go to
ahead.
Mika J. Clemson's a physical team.
Oh yeah.
And really outsides us. They got a lot of 6'7", 6'8", 6'11" kids that that towered over us. And so for
Yeah.
us to play that way with them and come out and with the victory, that says a lot, man.
They need to get rid of the big 7-footer though. He
That's
was
right.
weak. He was weak, dude. He was weak. Anyway, Mika J, what's your
Yeah.
thoughts?
Yeah.
Hey.
I think that a key point that you guys didn't point out, and I'm surprised because that was one of my points, was that Clemson beat UK. I don't know if y'all remember that, but Clemson
Yeah,
did
yeah,
beat UK
yes
at the
they
beginning
did.
of the
Yes they
season.
did.
So for
Yes they
us
did.
to come back and beat Clemson by 20 was major. And shout out to Hadley, young man. You deserve every accolade that you get this week because you balled. He put that team
Yes
on
he
his
did.
back, and what I love most was that even Chucky was like, "It's your night. Give him the ball. Give
Yeah,
him the ball. Give him the
right.
ball. It's his." And everybody was okay with that. That's why I love this team because everybody is a dog. It just depends on what night they showing up.
And you know what?
That's it.
We've been saying it before. We talked about it. We texted about it. It was a reason why PK was throwing them, drawing those plays up for him because he showed why he had faith in him being like basically the best post player. Dude was shooting the hooks, doing
Yeah.
over his left hand, over his left shoulder, right shoulder. He was got a little man. I'm taking you to the hole. Got a big man throwing a hook. We saw what PK's probably been seeing in practice. This is where you can eat was shooting threes, hitting
Right.
Yeah.
threes. I think it was like 3 for 3 on three
Yeah.
pointers, something like that. Everything just clicked and rocked and rolled. And like you said, Mika, everybody was like, here you go. It's your night, man. Let's go. We're going through you.
Yeah. It's your
32.
night.
32
Yeah.
points. And think about it, this is different if you did it against somebody who this was like probably one of the most physical teams in the ACC, Clemson.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you did that against them.
Right.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Kudos.
Yes,
Kudos to him.
big time.
Kudos to Hadley.
Big time, big time.
Real talk.
Now, now we see it, don't we? Now we believe we know that beginning of the season. I know Bump has been really strong. He's got that crumb ways in him that basically you don't need 10 or 11 guys. You know what I'm saying? If you got a strong
Right.
eight or even really a strong seven, but a strong eight really makes it work. Then you really have a fighting chance.
Exactly.
My thing is this: you really see it coming along. If we can get a couple, Roos will get his, legs. He's still like a deer, but you can see potential. But my thing is this: can we go ahead and Frank? Do you add Frank the Tank in the mix? That's what I want to know. Or do you just leave the 8-man rotation? Is it Frank? If Frank the Tank only needed if your two big men get hurt, something like that, or
Yeah.
foul trouble.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the Louisville 8-man rotation? That's everybody except we're
Yes.
talking about on the bench. We're talking about Bubakar. You got Roos and you got Rain Smith. Are we
Yeah.
lock and loading it with that? Mika J, what do you think about the rotation? You happy, satisfied with it?
I I am. I think that's good. I think that those guys have solidified that they the eight that deserve to be on the court. And you know what I'm saying, through whatever rotation he decides to throw out there that night, that's who we need to stay with. I know you talk about the Frank dude. I don't really know him like that. That's the light skinned dude, right?
The tall, the one to be fouling everybody and pushing everybody in the back.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah. I'm good with what
Okay.
we got going on
Okay.
because I don't
Yeah.
even think that we talked about Scott. Like Scott balled against Clemson. He had a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
game.
Yes, he did.
You know what I'm saying? He's
Look
showing
good.
Great
us
game.
also that I'm good.
Back to
I
back.
can handle this.
Back to back games.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy with what we got going.
Right, right. And you know what? When you have it and you hit it on the head, when you have Mr. Scott playing that way above the rim, blocking shots, dunking everything, stealing, because he runs like
Yeah.
a deer. He's faster than most big men out there, so he
Right.
can do what he's got to do. When he's balling like that, then yeah,
Right.
everything's good like that.
Yeah.
Bum City, what you thinking?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm with the 8-man rotation. Like far as Frank the Tank, if we need him to come in and steal a couple of minutes, if somebody's in foul trouble, I have no problem with it. But far as the rotation, 8-man, I'm happy with it. And on thing on Scott, really, something I didn't know. I found out this week he's like number 2 in the nation on dunks.
I believe it.
Oh
like 40
wow.
something.
I
Yeah,
believe it.
yeah. He's
Shut
like number
up.
two, and I believe he's also like in the top five on field goal percentages in the nation. Because all he does is
That's
dunk.
what's up.
So I
He
could
said all he
take it,
does
man. You
that.
know what I'm saying? Now he's getting a more defensive mind perception to where he's starting to block shots and be a little more physical. I think he's kind of finding himself now.
Right.
So I mean,
Yes.
he's getting better
Yes.
as each game goes along. So I'm
Confidence.
happy with that, man. So
He's very
yeah, his
his
confidence
confidence
is
growing.
swelling,
Yeah.
Confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
But you know
And
what?
I think that's
Go
another
ahead.
thing that we're learning about this team is that once they see that they can have those games, it's going to be more consistent. So imagine everybody going out and everybody's on point for one game, not just one person getting they shine, but the whole team is all on cylinders that one night. Oh, they're gonna be dangerous. I'm telling you,
Yes,
I
we are.
really feel like they are sleeper in that tournament.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and I love it. Going back, and I'm glad you brought that up, Mika, about James. Definitely, dude. No, I mean, if you got, he's got to be averaging at least 3.5, no, 4 dunks a game. I mean, because they just throw it up, he go get it,
Yeah,
boom,
yeah,
just go ahead,
yeah,
and that's what you
right.
need. That's what you need. Real quick,
yes.
let's see what's going on. Dion D, what's up, sis? Good evening. Shannon, good evening. Don D, where you at, Don D? Don D, what's good? 54 fam crowd was electric. Go cards. He was out there taking. You Bubby that you and Dr. Brooks didn't get arrested taking pictures on the court, scuffing up the court and all that stuff. We don't need all that stuff, bro. That's why I told him, I said, man, you doing too much. Y'all doing too much. But I see you. You feeling it. Waterman, didn't know. Had that thumb surgery in late December. Dude is saying, look, I'm trying to show y'all I am really tougher than leather. I got to play a position that I want to do. And you know what? That's the only way that Frank the Tank gets in as far as stealing minutes. Because Waterman, he's probably giving us about 50 minutes because it seems like he's always in foul trouble. But dude is playing with a broken thumb and gutting it out.
Right.
Hats off to Waterman
Yeah,
because I'm definitely on that ass. Okay,
Shout out to Waterman.
right,
shout out
right,
to
right,
Noah. I'm
right.
definitely, and I'm okay with the 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I hate to see him get in foul trouble quick like he does, but hey, get that confidence, do what you got to do. Hopefully that would be healed. Did you guys, Mika? Did you know that he had a thumb surgery?
No, and but PK said nobody really knew that. I think he just announced that this week. It was kind of hush hush
Okay.
or whatever. And but the fact that I'll admit I call him soft, but to learn that you ain't really soft, like you really grimy, like you toughen it out, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I apologize to Noah. Like, thank you for really,
Right.
hey, hats off.
But hey, we was all on that ass. So I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. But what's your thoughts, man? I mean, tougher than leather or what? What's
Hey
going
man,
on?
hey, I do, man. I do think that's something that you know what I'm saying. We didn't take into account when we was talking about the young man. I was talking to Quinn Snyder's dad, Scott Snyder. Shout out to Scott. We was talking early this week about him, and you know what I'm saying. I was saying that he really needs to focus on going down low like he did the UK game with the 11 rebounds.
Right.
If he could
Right.
concentrate, I know that's not his game. It hasn't been his game, but if he can concentrate on rebounding for us instead of shooting jumpers, I think it'll benefit him and the team a lot more. Because like those 11 offensive rebounds against Kentucky came in tremendously handy. So you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm hoping that he can maybe change his game up a little bit, tweak a little bit, and
Yeah.
play more inside out than outside in. If
Right.
we can get a little physicality from him, I would love that. But if far as his thumb surgery goes, hey, kudos to young man because man, I know it's painful. I broke a finger back in the day, and that's no joke trying to play with something like that.
You know what? The thing
Right.
you hit it on the head. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna need you to practice free throws. Okay, I'm gonna need you to practice free throws. Do that. Knock them out. Get
Yeah,
about
number one.
get about 70%, 75%, and I'm gonna piggyback on you, Bum City, because my thing is this: if this guy is inside, because most likely a power forward is gonna be the one guarding him. you know what I'm saying, or somebody like that's not going to be his size. Get out there, develop a hook or something, bang, up and under move or something where you're going to get fouled.
Yeah.
Hit the
Right.
free throws. Get in the game, bro. I mean, because we seen you do it. You teased us with the Kentucky
Yeah.
game, so we know you got it in there.
Right.
You drove it in against
Right.
EKU, got the winning, but we know that you can do certain things. We know you may not like to do it, but you got to play your role. You got to play your role. We got enough other people. And then when you do that, then you bring that other guy outside and you hit that three. Because you inside, they used to you inside. They're not going to come out and follow you. Even on the scouting report, they think you're a
Right.
three-point shooter. But if you try to switch it up, give them a little bit of something else, I can see it. You
Yeah.
right, Bump. I can see it. I can see it. But I'm going to need you to shoot some free
Yeah.
throws. I'm going to need you to see you practicing
Yeah.
free throws. I mean, really the whole damn
As
thing.
Yeah.
far as it's
Practice
how
free
we
throws.
know we know you're capable of it. We know you're capable of going down low
I'm going to
and
need you to
mixing it
do
up a
it.
little bit.
I'm gonna need you
Yeah.
to do that for
Yeah.
me, just a little bit. I'm gonna need you to do it, just a little
Right.
bit. And real quick, let me see, real quick. Let me see. My guy Noah Waterman is shooting 39.1% for the free throws. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Forget all that
It's
podcasting. Forget all that podcasting.
hey, and what's gonna happen, man? What's gonna happen in the season? Teams are gonna see that in close games, they're gonna start intentionally hacking him.
Him and Scott.
Oh
They'll hit you
yeah.
the old,
Yeah.
yeah. They're gonna start. What's it called? Hacker Shack.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna use that
But
method on him because if you can't shoot free throws, I'm gonna
did y'all
put you there.
see what PK did
But
though? He
maybe
went
his
small
free
ball.
throws are coming from the broken thumb. Maybe that's why he's not shooting free throws good.
Unless he had it from beginning of the
Yeah,
season.
right, right,
No.
But I would say this.
right.
But I would say this. Y'all remember in the Clemson game, he went small ball. When it got towards
He
the
did.
end, he went small because he didn't
Yeah,
Yes,
want
he did.
he
He
didn't want
did.
them missing out on
Yeah.
free throws. He took James Scott
Yep, he
and
did.
Noah. You know, even though I think
Yep.
Noah might have found out, but anyway, he's like, no, we're not going to do this. Let's go small ball and let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
And I like that small. You got to be careful, but I like that because that floor is really open because Bubakari can take you to the hole too. So I like that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Noah, yeah,
right.
we gonna need congratulations. No, hey Noah, like I said, the Bronx shirt, baby. Apologize to you. Here you go. Here you go. But you got to work on that 39.9. I mean 39.1, bro. That's pulling somebody off the street and this at halftime for $10,000 shoot a free throw. That's what that looks like. Lord have mercy. Goodness. What has changed since the Kentucky loss? What has changed? I'm not going to use Kentucky's ex-coach thing that they flipped the switch or whatever, but what has changed, Mika? What do you think has changed since because it's been since the Kentucky loss? I don't know if it's been a couple, but since that
It
Kentucky
has.
loss, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that they saw that they could compete,
Mm.
and because they went into a very hostile environment. Number one, number two, UK didn't beat us by what? But seven?
I think
Was
it's
it
eight,
7 or 8? Something like
eight,
that.
eight.
Um, yeah, so they went in there and they saw that they're very capable of beating teams. They are just as good as any other team in the country. I think that that's what they saw is that they can compete. I think that they also have figured out who they are without Kaysen. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's what's happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, yeah. Bump City.
Hey, like Mika said, man, I think we figuring out who we are. You know what I'm saying? We're learning to play as a cohesive unit.
Mm-hmm.
And once you figure out, you know what I'm saying, my role in this offense or what we're doing on defense, as time goes on, you know what I'm saying, you get to figure out that, hey, this is the type of team we are. This is what we're going to do.
Right.
And this is how we're going to play. So over time, you know what I'm saying, you learn who you are. I wish we could have played Kentucky like we usually do later in the year, like around the 31st or the first of the year.
Right.
We
Right,
probably
right.
would have beat them. You know, they had
Right.
the one kid that had a great game that hasn't played that way since. Kudos to him. But
Lights
Now take
out.
but
that.
far
I
as
said
us, man,
that too. I thought that
yeah,
too, but Corey said he had 24 the other night. He
okay,
is
It,
he is a
but I
consistent
but I
good
would say
player.
this. I
He's
would say
not weak.
this. I would say
yeah.
this. He had
He's not
20.
weak,
Wait a minute,
but
wait a minute, wait a minute.
he hasn't.
I would
Go
say
ahead,
this.
Wood.
He had 24, but they was down by 13, 14 that whole game. Nobody else is scoring.
Right.
Okay.
But he's probably the best player. He
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
he probably and I would say this, he would never hit like that, not miss anything
Nah, he's
because
not
he
going 15 for
Right.
15
no, he
again.
would not miss nothing. I mean that
Nah, he's not
Right.
he's
doing
probably
that.
he's their
Yeah.
best player, but he would never do the 100% across the
Right.
board. I would say that. Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
But I think we're finding out. You know what I'm saying? We're gelling together as a team. And you when you got teams like he said, a team that likes playing with each other, that loves each other,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
understands each other. You know, you
Yes.
play for each other.
True.
So you see that on the court, man. So I'm real happy that we're coming along the way we are right now.
Right. I just think you guys hit it on the head. I just think it makes a difference when you lose a player of Case and Pryor. You know, it takes
Right.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you lost before that. You know, Bubakari and Corn. You know, you had to adjust to that. You went to the Bahamas and you rocked and rolled with that. You took care of business with that. Let's say that. But then you had to adjust with him. You know, he was like your energy guy. You know, he's one of the probably
Mhm.
if he wasn't the best player, he was the second best player at the time, right? So
Yeah.
hustle
Right.
guy
Your
all
emotional
day.
leader.
Most block, he gonna block,
Emotional
Yes.
leader.
play defense. He's gonna do
Yes.
everything. Get you riled up. Let's go. You lost that. Now we
Yeah.
gotta identify our roles, like you guys said. What am I gotta do? How can I do it? And kudos to PK for that. Also,
Yeah. Yeah.
let's talk about what we need to do now. I don't know too many people who would have lost. Basically, they won to probably three of their top seven players and
Right.
survive.
Right. And
Right.
made the right adjustments. Yeah.
Right, right. So you guys hit it on the head. I think this thing that. Speaking of PK, it's PK's first season, and we're saying as of right now, it ain't ended. It's rock and roll, better than Ricky P's. And I know people have rose-colored glasses when it comes to Ricky P, but that first year wasn't all that. So
Right.
No.
let's just say that. And we're talking about not just the win losses, but the styles, the confidence level. I mean, are you confident? Were you just confident as Ricky P because what he did at Kentucky and Boston, or was you confident what you saw on the floor in that first year? Right? Or
Right.
did you do or just recruiting? Are you confident with PK because you seeing what he's doing, minus the recruiting or with the recruiting pass transfer
Yeah.
portal, putting all these together?
Right.
So my thing is based on that and everything, not just the win loss, not the whole season, but as we stand right now, Bump City. What's your thoughts?
It's two different kind of excitement levels. We knew that once Rick came in and got things established, we knew his coaching credentials. We knew he was already an established coach with a style that was going to get us there. That he eventually did.
Right.
Coming in, I don't believe the expectations for PK was as high,
Hell
but
no.
the excitement has reached an all-time high because of what he has done so far. So I think it
Yes.
equals out to both coaches. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's a better season. I believe the excitement levels were different coming in with Rick because Rick was already probably a Hall of Fame coach before he came here
Right.
with what he had
Yes.
done in Kentucky and Providence. So PK
Right.
coming in as a new coach, we didn't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
So far as the season goes, far as the numbers, yeah, I believe that PK's having a better season than Rick his first year, but the expectations wasn't as high for PK
Right.
because
I
coming in,
agree.
I think I told you guys if we came in his first year and went to the NIT, I think the city would have been happy
And that's what Rick did.
because we have right
Rick
exactly.
did do
Rick
that.
came in.
Rick did do that.
Rick came the first year after Crum, which had been down a couple of years. It took us NIT, so we seen the excitement that was coming. But for the first year to be, they said if we win Saturday, we're locked to make the tournament.
Good
So
because
for the
yeah,
first year coming
I think
in
so.
with, with kids that was put together on the run, and what we
Yeah.
experienced the last 2 years, and being told that it was going to take 3 years to get this program back because the program had went through so much. I mean, that's it's night and day.
Right, right.
So
Night
I'm
and
excited.
day.
Night and day, night and day,
Exactly,
night and
exactly.
day.
So comparing the seasons, it's two different levels of it because Rick was established coming in, and PK is coming from a mid major, and the expectations wasn't as high for him.
Mm.
So I'm happy where we're at right now. and I can't wait to see what the future brings for Coach PK.
Mika J, what you thinking?
I'm gonna agree with Bump. I think that honestly, and I'll just be, honest. I didn't know who PK was. I really hadn't even
Right.
heard of Charleston, to be honest. So, I think that the expectation wasn't. It was more like, well, who is this guy? But I think that for me, he had me sold from the press conference with his energy.
Yes.
So I
Yes. Yes.
think
It's his
that
You
energy.
had me
with
at hello.
you had me at
Right. Right.
hello. You know what I'm saying? So for
Right.
me, I agree with Bump. I mean, we knew that Rick had already won 2 national championships, so we expected that he was going to get us that.
Right.
Now, to be honest, 100 with y'all, I really think that this team has a chance to win a national championship this year. I feel like we are freaking due. You know what I'm saying? I think that our school, not just basketball, but just the cloud that was over our head, that we're just due to win. I think that it's our
Right.
season. So
And
I
it's not
think
no
yes.
dominant team out there this year.
Not a dominant
It's
team.
not no
Not
dominant.
a
No,
dominant
Right.
team.
no,
No,
no.
not even a great team. It's good teams. It's good teams,
Yeah.
and one really tough conference. I'm gonna say this. Great expectation, right? You expect Rick to do things. I just think that Rick didn't have to deal with this. What what PK's dealt with. He didn't
For
deal with
sure.
he didn't
No.
deal with 8-4 and nobody and do you really want these kids and stuff? And then I gotta convince you, you don't even know who I am probably. You
Right.
might maybe you're a coach, assistant coach, or somebody said, "Hey, Duke can coach." You didn't know that Rick already
Yeah.
had people,
Yeah.
so hey, they gonna come just for the name itself. So that definitely different. But when I see the rebuild, the revival is definitely different than what Rick had. Rick didn't have his heart. He
Rick
didn't.
didn't have it.
I'm
Well,
sorry, he
well, because
didn't.
PK completely had to come in with a whole
Rick
new team.
tear it down.
Everybody
Whole
left.
new team.
Whole new team.
A
Everybody.
whole
Yep.
new
Everybody left.
team.
But he
The
had to.
whole
Right.
team left.
But he had to. That's my saying. He had to. You didn't want
Yeah.
none of that. You got to clean that slate.
Yeah.
Rick is gonna bring whatever Rick needs to do and did what he had to do. And like I said, a lot of people, hey, they went to the NIT. PK
Yeah.
has an opportunity to go to the tournament. You know what I'm
Tournament.
Tournament.
saying?
First
That
year.
kind of stuff. So I would say right now, definitely PK is a better season. We're not saying who's a better coach. We're not saying all this stuff. We're saying as we look
No.
right now, as it's judged right now, who's gonna have a better
Yeah.
season their first year is hands down to me is PK. Without that, we ain't talking
Yeah.
I
about
agree.
whose face was going to be interviewed the most, who's going to get the most likes and loves, who's going to be at the
Yeah.
halftime of NCAA. You was at the halftime of NCAA tournament because your team didn't make the tournament. We hopefully going to
Exactly.
have a
Exactly.
coach that's on the sideline. It's a difference. Hall of Fame
Right.
coach and a coach that basically has to say, "Yeah, really am a coach. I coach at Charleston. Here's my ID." Night and day. Night
Right.
and day. Night and day.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
time. And we said it right as we said right now. Bump already said, he heard it would be pit, but to your eyes and everything. And I'm gonna tell you what, Mika J was getting pumped and everything else. I'm gonna let her. Why is Louisville a tournament team?
Louisville is a tournament team because on any given day, any given night, anybody can show up and show out. And so, like I said earlier, if when we have that one night that everybody's on, we're dangerous.
Yeah,
We're dangerous.
Yeah.
So yes, we are a tournament team.
like it. Bump City.
I believe we are wholeheartedly 100%. And the reason I believe we are is because we could beat anybody on any given night.
Mm,
We play hard, and the numbers dictate it. We don't have a bad loss on the resume, and
true.
e- even if we get a 7, 8, or 9 seed, nobody in the nation wants to play us.
Right.
Nobody in the nation will
Nobody.
want to play us in that first round. Nobody. I don't care who you are.
Right.
I won't want to play Louisville in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
True. True.
No.
True. True.
And like you
Yeah,
said, the
yeah,
losses, they're all top 25 teams.
Yeah.
right.
Impressive, impressive. Now I'm with you guys. Yeah, they
Yep.
are. I think they are. And this the the quick growth, meaning the jail process has came along quickly just because they had to deal this with injuries and all kind of stuff, and you can just see it. They
Yes.
playing defense. They met at the EKU game and realized, hey, we just can't go out there and say we Louisville. We got to play defense. We got to go all
Right.
balls out, and they won it. They won. They didn't
They
come
want
here.
it.
They didn't come here. All these players done played in the tournament last year. You think they want to come here in the
Right.
senior season and say, oh, yeah, we just got to live on a check? No, they are determined
No.
and grit. And they coach matches them and they match their coach. And it's a perfect
Yes.
Exactly.
what ingredients I'm adding to this. And he has picked the perfect ingredients and they get it. And like you guys said,
Yep.
not a bad loss, beating teams at third place. And actually, like Bump City
Yeah.
been saying for a long time, it's almost like they play better on the road.
Yeah.
Right.
Beat
That's why I'm
Florida,
looking forward to the game tomorrow.
beat Florida State when we couldn't beat Florida State down there in a long time either. I mean, Leonard Hamilton,
Here. Here for that method.
definitely down there. Shit, it was 20-point
Right.
dramas down there. So this different things he's
Right.
ready to rock and roll with. Yeah, they reckon they did. And so speaking of tomorrow, we're gonna end it on this one. We got Louisville at Pitt. Pitt is a 4.5 point favorite. Pitt is 12-3. Louisville's 11-5. We've been hearing about Pitt being a good team. They've been one of the top teams in the conference. That's what people say and everything. We're going to see
Yep.
it up right now. They're 3-1. Louisville's 4-1. You know, it is what it is. This is at Pitt. This is the old Big East, not the old, but the Big East when we was there.
Right.
We've been there. They have probably won what the last three in the series or something like that, 3 or 4. They
Yeah, I
have pretty
believe
much
so. I
owned
believe
us. Like
so.
who ain't owned us the past
Yeah.
2 years? Shit.
Right. Exactly.
I'm gonna
That
take
part.
that out. Throw that away. This is a new
Right.
day. This is a new day. We don't worry all that. This is crap. What's going on? Mika J, you always get us started. What is the prediction? What do you think? What needs to happen? All that. What needs to happen tomorrow?
Well, we have to go out and we have to play defense. We also have to
Mm.
be making our shots. So we need to be strategic. We don't need to go out there and live by the three and die by the three. I
Okay.
think we're kind of getting away from that though, these past few
Mm-hmm.
games. Just go out there and play ball. Play our ball. Don't let Pitt dictate the flow of the game.
Right. Right. Like it.
That's what I got. And I got us, of course. I have us. I don't know. I've not seen Pitt play, but I'm gonna say 72-69. Us.
Like it. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
a championship score, wasn't it? Something close to it. Bump
Yeah.
City, what you got?
Something.
It's gonna be a dogfight. Pitt plays defense like we do. We play defense, make you earn every shot. So it's gonna be a hard fought battle, man. But I love playing on the road. This team loves playing on the road. Seem like they lock more in when they play on the road. So it's gonna be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I got us coming on top. I think, like Mika said, I think a 75-68 type score,
Mm, mm.
73-65 type score. I think it's gonna be a close battle the whole game, Nickel. But I think we got the fortitude to come out in the end and pull it out. We got,
Yes.
like you said, Willie. We got veteran players that's been here before, that's tournament tested. So I don't think we're gonna back down from the challenge, man. So I
Yeah,
think we're gonna go down there and pull out a victory.
yeah. The thing about it is, and I said it, just ripped the 2 years because Capel has been before him dominating us and had a nice little run before. He's still Capel
We was
as a head
killing them,
coach. We was
right,
dogging him,
right,
Yeah.
dogging him. Not saying that we're
right,
gonna dog him tomorrow. I think we are gonna win tomorrow. But my thing is, his style of play, it wasn't. We wasn't ready the last two, right? We couldn't do nothing. We was
right.
discombobulated. This team, if you want to run, oh, we
We
love to
couldn't do
run.
nothing against anybody's style
Right,
of
Yeah,
play.
right.
yeah.
So let's
When
not
you
No,
want
at
even
all, at
talk
this,
all,
about the
if
at
you
all.
last
want to
2 years.
run, if you want to run, we gonna run. If you
We're
want to
gonna
go ahead and
run.
play some
Right.
defense,
Yeah.
we gonna play some defense. And and like I said in that one question statement, whatever, I think when you can play I think Kentucky was the number two ranked, and it's the number two ranked scoring offense. When you can go in their place and hold your own, yeah, you lose, but you hold it. You're not okay. Let's go. Let's go. It can't get any worse. Let's
Yeah.
go. So you're not going to be scared of
Right.
any place. You might have been rattled, but you regroup. I think the style. I think the coaching. I think we got the better coach. I think we got the coach that because
Yeah.
Capel can't coach. I don't give a shit what nobody say. He still can't coach.
No.
I don't care.
He was on his way out until he went in there
That
in the
tournament
transfer portal,
in the
and
portal and got
he
the
took
tournament.
advantage of that.
Yeah, he knew what he had to
Yeah.
do. He knew what he had to do. I think they're a good team, but like we said, there's not a dominant team. There's not a there's they're not a great team. They're going to be at home. They're going to be riled up. Hopefully, it's probably all kinds of snow that it ain't going to be that many people there. So it is what it is.
Right.
Take care of business. Hey, it is. I know players like big crowds and everything. It is what it is. The Brooklyn Zoo down there is going to be wild if they can get there. If not, I love it. I think they love the challenge and all this stuff. I say Louisville's going to win. I think it's going to be more like 77-68. I think 77-68. Noah Waterman's going to hit some free throws.
Let's hope.
He's going to hit some free throws. That's how it is. All right. Y'all know how we do it. Mika J, what you leaving the people with?
Go Cards.
Hold on. Bump City.
Hey, I'm leaving the people with, man. Don't it just feel excited to be excited about Louisville ball again? I mean, just to be excited
Again.
about a game tomorrow that you know what I'm saying, give us something to look forward to. So I'm hyped. I'm happy for the season, man. I'm happy that Cardinal basketball was back. We had a great football
Back.
season there, and it's turning rolling over to a great basketball season.
Right.
I'm just happy to be back and to be in the conversation of things again. We got national pundits talking about us, Dick Vitale tweeting about us.
Right.
So I'm happy to be back
Right.
in where we should be in the discussion. Louisville's about to be we're a problem again.
Right.
You know,
Right.
We're a problem.
we the Cardinals. We're a problem again. So I'm happy to be back, man, where we belong at, and that's in the thick of things, in the conversation, and excited just to get up Saturday morning and set my day to get ready to watch some Cardinal ball. Go
Right.
Cards.
Love it, love it, love it. I want to thank everybody for the support and go ahead and share and like all that kind of good stuff. I'm it's kind of like bump. I mean, I really, for the past couple of years, as far as even the shows I do, I really wasn't talking about as much as basketball. This because of that ill feeling. Now the ill feeling is gone. I'm refreshed. I'm watching other. I'm up to 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, watching scouting like I'm on the team. Just in case we're gonna
Right,
play
right.
them in the tournament. Who we got? Can Chucky match
Right.
up with him?
Yeah,
Can Terrence Edwards guard him? Can we do this? It's
Right.
refreshing. It's refreshing that you could have a
yeah.
conversation with your co-workers that like other schools and different stuff. Like,
Right.
instead of this cowing down, like,
Right.
let me get out of the cafeteria on
Yeah.
this one. I don't want all this kind of stuff. It
Right,
feels
right,
great.
right.
It feels great to be alive. Nothing like that. And it's a
It
great thing.
feels great.
Feels great. So hey, go Cards, take care of business. We holler at you guys. Peace out.
Bye.
It,